Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. The most important news today starts with Islamabad, where the operation to make Field Marshal Asim Munir the head of state has gained speed. This operation, which had already been in the works, has now intensified, and efforts are being made to bring it to fruition. Let me share some important developments with you. Developments that will help you understand the bigger picture that has been forming over the past few days, based on the different news stories I've been sharing. The first update is that Chaudhry Usman Ali, a member of the National Assembly from Sahiwal, who had won the elections on a PTI ticket, has now formally joined the Pakistan Muslim League, Nawaz, the PMLN. Yes, this Chaudhry Usman Ali, when he received his election ticket, swore an oath on the Holy Quran that he would remain loyal to Imran Khan and the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, and would never be disloyal. You might find it hard to believe that someone could break such an oath after swearing on the Holy Quran. To prove this, let me show you a video of what he said at the time. He had sworn by the Quran that he would remain loyal to Imran Khan and PTI, but today he has joined the PMLN, which is a clear break of his earlier oath. The fact that he has joined the PMLN might seem insignificant, but in the bigger context of the current political scenario and the ongoing operation to make Asim Munir the head of state, this move has a deeper meaning. This development gives you an idea of the larger picture at play here. There's another similar development that I want to share. Rana Qasim Noon from Multan, another politician who had once been a part of PTI, has now returned to the PMLN. He had sided with General Bajwa and voted against PTI earlier. He is one of those few who had returned to the PMLN. Now, after the elections, he has been given the status equivalent to a minister. Yes, he hasn't been made a full minister, but has been given ministerial status, which is a political maneuver to placate him and utilize his connections. The ultimate goal is to break PTI's numbers and bring them over to the PMLN, which will increase the PMLN's strength. Now, moving forward, the developments within the Punjab Assembly today are crucial. The Punjab Assembly has taken action against PTI members by removing them from 13 standing committees. These are the committees that provide members with perks, including official cars and offices, and sometimes can even lead to a little political pressure. Interestingly, even though PTI members were in these committees for 15 or 16 months, it wasn't until now that the PMLN government decided to remove them. The reason this is significant is because this is the first time that such a protest has taken place within the Punjab Assembly against the government, led by Maryam Nawaz. When she came to give a speech on the budget, it became a moment of political protest by the opposition members. This was a major development and showed that for the first time, the PMLN government faced substantial criticism from the opposition, particularly when Maryam Nawaz was delivering her speech. What's worth noting here is that for the first time, PTI members were removed from these standing committees. This is a small victory for the opposition, showing that consistent protests and criticisms have led to this action, something that had not happened in the previous 15 or 16 months. This is a reminder that when we raise our voices in protest, even in the face of a government as entrenched as the PMLN, real change can occur. This was not a major victory, but it was a symbolic one that shows that even small efforts can lead to tangible outcomes. This was the result of continuous criticism, and it proves that when you stand up against the government, you can achieve results. You know, it's important for everyone to continue this accountability and criticism, but to do so in a constructive way. It's not about insulting or attacking people personally, but about holding them accountable. Political figures, well, they perform better when they face public scrutiny and criticism. If we stop doing that, they may relax and stop working effectively. The political game is very much in motion, and even though the road ahead is still long, small victories like this show that change is possible. So keep voicing your concerns and the results will follow. If there is criticism on them, only then do they work better. But I keep saying again and again, constructive criticism is necessary, not personal criticism. Constructive criticism means that your intention is to improve something. If your aim is to make something better, then for me, it is good news that our people have realized that if they protest, there's no doubt sacrifices will have to be made, but at least the PMLN will feel some heat. So keep pushing. I will also continue pushing that this protest should remain active inside the Punjab Assembly. It should not go lower than this. And even if all these standing committees are involved, tell me if it should be about our two standing committees or not. But what effect will it have on Imran Khan's health? What improvements will it bring in his life? Whether it's about our standing committees or not, which of these we have fought for or have to fight for in the coming days. But the protest you will be doing may benefit the movement and Imran Khan. So let go of these standing committees. If there are any issues with them, let them go. Obviously, for those who hold power, it's a big deal. As I said, there are offices, cars, respect and recognition. Now, I am not just talking about cars, petrol or offices. I understand that we have this high-power distance culture here. High-power distance is a term I used before. There is a German scholar who explained different dimensions of culture, and just to explain to those who don't belong to this area. In such cultures, the difference between the powerful and powerless is visible. Like in Pakistan or many other Middle Eastern or Far Eastern countries, or in the subcontinent, the difference between the rich and the poor is very apparent. Their places, their matters, everything is different, and they can't even speak up the way others do. But if you see in countries like America or Britain, the difference is less. When you go to a bank or a government office, you don't see that obvious difference in protocol. The step back, move aside type of thing. This is called high-power distance culture, where the power distance is visible and it's reflected in how society operates. I've explained this in layman's terms, but when we teach this in the classroom, we don't always explain it in this way. But just to explain it to you, we are in a high-power distance culture, not a low-power distance one. So in this culture, titles and positions matter a lot. But right now, what matters most for us is the release of Imran Khan. That's why I am happy that there has been a protest, even though it's costing us in the form of parliamentary committees. If we have to pay more for it, that's fine, as long as we make an effective protest. So, the next piece of news, a few months ago, or rather a few weeks ago, you heard that Pakistan is buying J-35 fighter jets from China. Pakistan already has J-10C and JF-7 fighter aircraft. The J-35 is more advanced than those. You must remember that both India and Pakistan reported on this news, and we found out that the delivery would happen soon. But now, Pakistan's defense minister has made a statement which shows that Field Marshal's path towards becoming the head of state is underway. He has said that the J-35 purchase news is not accurate. It's just a media story. You must have seen that before this lunch with America, the media had reported that Pakistan was preparing to buy J-35 jets. But now our defense minister has said that we are not buying these jets. I think President Trump's advice has been understood, and they're now trying to follow it. The interesting thing is that the matter has gone so far that Khawaja Asif didn't just say that we're not buying the jets or we've abandoned the idea, but he actually said that it's only in the media. What they are indirectly trying to say is that China has spread this news to boost their business. Just listen to what he said. So what about the J-35 fighter jets? They're going to be delivered by 2026. I think it's only in the media, it's only in the media. And it's good for Chinese defense sales. Did you hear that? Not only are they rejecting the purchase of the jets, but they're also accusing China of spreading the news to benefit their business. Think about how quickly this change is happening. The next news is about Jahid Chaudhry, who has announced that the name of the Jinnah Institute of Cardiology will be changed to Mariam Institute of Cardiology. This is the hospital in Lahore, and the name will now be changed from Jinnah Institute of Cardiology to Mariam Institute of Cardiology. The funny thing is that the real contribution comes from Mariam Nawaz, who is now the Queen of Pakistan. Whatever she wants, she can have named after her. But there's a problem. The trauma centre in front of Jinnah Hospital started under Buzdar's government about 4 years ago. Dr. Yasmin Rashid, who was the health minister at that time, was involved in the meetings regarding this centre. But the name of this centre was changed during the caretaker government to Amraz Club Institute instead of Trauma Centre. The building remained the same, but the name was changed. Now, the new government says they don't want a trauma centre but a Mariam Nawaz Cardiology Centre because it's a matter of the heart. Obviously, when it comes to the heart, Mariam Nawaz is the one in charge. But we understood something from this. We need to have the courage to continue moving forward. Do you remember when the Corps Commander House was suddenly renamed Jinnah House? At that time it seemed fine, but now I'm worried that Jinnah House might turn into Mariam Nawaz House. It's a possibility. I suggest that now, since they've gone so far, they should just go ahead and do it. Maybe soon even currency notes will feature Mariam Nawaz's image instead of Jinnah's. Perhaps one day even the graves at Mazar-e-Iqbal and Mazar-e-Qaid will have her name. She might want to replace Jinnah and Iqbal's names, who knows? The next piece of news is about the postponement of Imran Khan and Bushra Bibi's cases. With the start of summer holidays, the acting Chief Justice Sarfraz Dogar and Justice Mohammed Asif are unavailable this week. These two precious gems were brought in through transfers, and now Justice Dogar is set to be permanently appointed as Chief Justice. But it seems that he will not hear Imran Khan's cases for the time being. These cases have been postponed indefinitely. The last piece of news is about the death of PTI worker Iftikhar Jat. He died from hepatitis after a year in jail following the 9th May incidents. He'd been imprisoned in Lakhpat jail and was exposed to poor food and contaminated water. Social media is demanding an investigation, as it appears that if the same percentage of prisoners in the jail are falling ill, then it's a major issue of bad water and food. But if only PTI prisoners are being targeted, then that's even more concerning. This needs to be investigated. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.